However, it's doing it in a way that is loving and kind.
And a lot of times you see parents they'll get really offended when their kid acts up. Why are you doing that? I mean, why do you think they're doing it?
Because they're kids. They want
You know?
attention. Yeah.
Nighttime, they got a lot of energy. Don't get mad. Like, you know what? Take an extra 5 minutes and let them jump on the bed. And the people always say, "Oh, you're getting them hyped up." Maybe you're tiring them out.
Yeah.
Obviously they got to get that out of your system.
Definitely. Squats. Give them some squats to do.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
This
This is just me giving experience. What's worked for me.
Which is one of the topics that I actually spoke about last week, was that there's a difference between qualification and implementation, right? Somebody can have a degree and they can still be an idiot.
Yeah.
But experience, you can't trump that, because that person learned via knocking their head so many different times at different situations that they're not going to forget that instance. Like, if you burn your hand on a plate, you're not going to forget the fact that you burnt your hand there, and you're going to be careful.
Yeah.
Same instance.
Another thing I've found too is, like, people are so different. I have 8 kids, right?
Yes.
8 kids, and they don't require the same type of discipline. And that's just my kids.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people can't see much farther than the nose on their own face.
Yes.
And so, like, for example, there's a couple of my kids I gave them a whack on the butt. Some of my kids have never had one their whole life because they never did anything that warranted it. So, I can say, oh yeah, Logan, for example, he's never had a spanking ever in his life, So does that mean I don't believe in it? No, it's just, he never did anything.
Yes.
And some kids are like, you can, raise a kid and never lay a hand on. Some kids might need a whack on the butt to be like, no, you gotta get right back on. You don't gotta be mean about it.
Right.